Welcome to the YouTube channel Code with Sharath. Today we will be seeing some of the array methods. Let's get started. Starting with, we will be seeing push method. It is one of the important method in the array methods. Let's see how it works. I am taking an variable number equal to. So if I want to add any element into this an array, I will use push method, and if I want to add any element at the end of the array, we will use push method. Let's see how it works. Numbers push, and in the brackets you will sending the which element you want to add. I am sending as 30. Let's see numbers now. What are all the values holding? As you can see, 30 is added at the end of the array. So there, let's take another example. Let places equal to Gadag, Hubli. Now I want to add Raichur into this places. Places array. Now, so I've added Raichur into it. Now let's call places console.log. Yes. So as you can see, Raichur is added at the end of the array. So push method is used to add element at the end of an array. Okay. Let's see another method which is called as a pop method. It works opposite to the push method. Push method is to add an element at the end of the array, right? Now pop method will remove an element at the end of the array. Let's see how it works. I will use the same numbers variable and try to call pop. Under pop, you don't require to send in any argument. You have to just call pop. Now I am printing the numbers variable, and if you want to see which element has been removed, you can also assign and get it done with the you can call a variable, and now when I call this last num, right, it will be holding the last element which has been removed. So when we call this, see, this 30 is printed here. This is the last num, and 30 is removed from this number array. So pop method pop method is used to element at the end of an array. Okay. Yes. There are other two methods to add an element in an array and remove an element. These two methods are not vastly used in the day-to-day life while working with an array, but let's see those methods also. There is an other two methods called shift and unshift. Let's see one by one. Let's first see the shift method. Shift method is used to remove an element at the beginning of an array. Yes. So I will take another example now. Let oops. These are all the odd numbers. Now I want to remove the value 1. Numbers dot shift. Console.log. Let's see now. As you can see, this one prints, which is shift method is removed the first element, which is 1, and yeah. So, and this is the array printed here. So if you want to remove the first element in an array, you will use the shift method. Of an array. Okay. Yeah. There is another method called unshift. Yes. Like shift is used to remove an element at the beginning of an array. Unshift is used to add an element at the beginning of an array. So yes, let's see the example. I will be using the odd nums now, the same variable where I'm calling the unshift and I will be adding the 1. Now when you try to call the console.log odd nums, now you can see the 1 has been added into an array and it is added at the beginning of an array. Yeah. So in this today's class we have seen push method first. Push method is used to add an element at the end of an array, and pop method is used to remove an element at the end of an array. Then we went on to see shift method, which is used to remove an element at the beginning of an array. And unshift method is used to add element at the beginning of an array. So these are all the examples what we have seen one by one. Yeah. Look, at the conclusion, which works faster? Like, let's cover up this also. Whether it is push and pop, or it is shift and unshift. So when comes to which methods works good and which is faster to work with, means we have to consider push and pop method, where we will be adding and removing the element at the end of the array, means the other elements indexes will not change. Okay, so but when coming to shift and unshift, since you are adding an element at the beginning of an array, so at the beginning of an array, every time you add an element or you remove an element from an array, all the indexes of the other elements will get changed. So you can say shift and are a bit slow, and these are faster. Okay, push and pop method are faster in the performance, and shift and unshift are a bit slow when compared to push and pop. Okay, that's it for today's class. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.